is she moaning like that?
I had to do this. I effing had to. Okay.
And why is that?
This is the case of the Seattle zombie woman. It is so creepy.
We're watching the zombie with the creepy-ass clown music in the background.
Yeah, we don't like the circus music.
I'll put this video on talkmurder.com. Definitely want to see it. It's not just one video. It made its rounds first in this video on TikTok. It went viral.
I haven't seen it.
Well, then maybe it didn't. I don't know. But it was on TikTok.
It's probably different.
It was on TikTok and it got a lot of views or whatever, shares. And then other people who have also filmed it also put it on there. The case is known as the Seattle zombie woman. This is it. I'll put this on talkmurder.com.
Why is she moaning like that?
This woman is going through Seattle. I'll tell you the exact spot here in a second. But you see cops coming after her. And there's surprisingly not a lot of information that came out about this. Like why this woman's doing this, but it was finally solved of who this woman is. But this is her screaming at the top of her lungs. She's limping. She's only got one shoe on. She's bloodied. Her face is black. Her ears are black. She has patches of hair. Looks like she's pulled out her hair. She's carrying something in her arms, and it seems like it is a fetus in her arms.
Oh, damn.
Oh, God.
We're trying to help you, the cops are saying.
Is she 1 foot barefoot?
Yes.
Yeah, she's only got one shoe on.
But she's not trying to like stop and converse with them at all. She's just doing her own thing, it looks like.
She's completely out of it. Okay, first off, the first thing, tell me your thoughts, everything. Who is it? I'll throw some potential theories out. Like half of her hair is missing. And from what the cops see, and we'll read the police report, the cop that actually goes up there sees that it looks like she has a clump of her own hair in her hand and she is carrying what seems to be a dead fetus.
Maybe she's a street performer. Maybe she is.
So you think this is an act?
She could be.
Interesting.
It could be an act.
She's trying to raise awareness of something?
Maybe not that she's trying to raise awareness, but there are sometimes, especially now in the age of social media, where you do anything for likes or for pranks or for things like that. She could be an actress. She could be, being paid for her time. Or she could have, it could be one end of the spectrum or another. She could have some sort of disorder. She could be a trauma patient. Maybe she's been through a traumatic event. Maybe she is escaping a situation.
Let me read to you what some of the guesses are. Brandon says she on bath salts. Natasha says crocodile, which Daniel says, yeah, basically a new form of it.
Have you seen the crocodile?
I don't,
Dude,
unless we've talked about it.
That shit, it's like acid. It eats through your skin. Let me show you a video of it. It's fucking crazy.
Excellent.
How do you spell this? With a K, right?
Krokodil is what Natasha said.
It's also big in Russia. So like these are the guys in Russia that do it. It like eats your skin away.
Of course it's Russia.
Looks like cigarette.
Yeah, it's like a Russian thing. Yeah, there you go. Look. Oh God, that's fucked. Look at it.
It's like flesh eating.
Yeah, it eats through your flesh. Yeah, that's what crocodile is. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this, Jen.
No.
Look, Jen.
No.
They're pulling his skin off, Jen. Is that a foot?
Yes.
Let's do some.
No, absolutely not.
For 1,000.
For 1,000 rubles.
If I can get 50 likes, we'll do crocodile right here.
Absolutely not. I will
God.
not. I will not participate in that.
All right. Who said this is drug theory? Or
Natasha said crocodile.
Okay. Well, now this is Seattle, so.
Well, if he said
Crocodile's
someone who thought she was OD'd and tried to steal her baby when she was passed out.
That's an interesting theory.
Now, the case was actually researched by a woman, and I'll show you her YouTube account, but there was surprisingly no information. This didn't even make the news. It's so weird. Like, who is this? And it was the weird thing is it was so silent. That's the weird thing, because it's viral on TikTok, and yet nobody's talking about it. That makes it really like sketch.
Well, it also kind of makes it for me less real. If it's not making the news, then it's more likely to be some sort of performance. In my head, zombie.
Yeah, there you go.
Zombie.
Shram just says this is completely normal behavior in Seattle. So she's just like, this is just every day. There is no theory. There is just nothing else. This is just Seattle. That's her theory.
Don't know why. I mean, like, good coffee, but like,
is Seattle that fucked up, man? Really?
Tech industry.
Don't y'all have like Jeff Bezos there and shit? Which I don't know what that means. All right, this is from Reddit. Seattle zombie woman, West Precinct Police Department. So the woman here actually was so worried she actually filed a Freedom of Information Act. A fellow Twitter user and I have been scouring the internet for more information about this. To be honest, I expected to find that it wasn't real, probably a movie, TV show. Well, it's real. Both of us paid to be able to listen to the archive of the calls for Seattle PD via Broadcastify. So I'm going to show you those calls here in a second, but it's nuts. Is it not? Oh my God. Let me see that woman again. She is fucked. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you see it. Look at her.
It looks like she has face paint on as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It looks like she's just burnt or something. I don't know.
Amanda says, did trash TV make its way to America and she's been tortured?
Touche, Amanda.
The dash cam videos are kind of, they get kind of up close.
Dash cams get up close?
God. Oh my God. Is that not terrible? Is that not weird?
I mean, it's upsetting because it sounds like she's in pain or needs some assistance, but she doesn't sound like she's welcome to accepting any.
All right. So from the police report, the first police officer that responded was an officer, David Jones. He saw this woman crying and screaming, and the call came in. It said it looked like she was, quote, carrying the remains of a bloodied child. Officer David Jones gets there, crying, screaming, and bloodied. She was carrying something wrapped in a bloody t-shirt. Her head was mostly shaved or pulled out, except for a few patches of long brown hair. I'm going to read this is from his police report. Quote, she was covered from head to toe in blood and had what appeared to be black soot and vomit on her face. Black soot in her mouth and ears, and a few strands of hair left on her head. Officer Weissmiller later informed me he observed she was holding a clump of her own hair in her hand.
Jesus Christ.
It appeared that her hair had been torn out.
Oh, Jesus.
This is fucked, no?
Yeah.
One time I was on an airplane and I saw someone, she was in like the row in front of me and she had the thing like
Trichotillomania?
Yes, where she was like
pulling out her hair.
Pulling out her hair. And I was like, oh my God, I can't. Ooh, it skeeved me out so bad.
I mean, it's a real thing, but to have it so bad that your whole head is... Anyway, go on, John.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, she had like bald, it was like shaved close to her head in patches. I guess it was like because it was growing back.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't just pull out I mean, I guess you could, but no. Like, if your anxiety is that bad, oh, no. This is the body cam from the cops?
Yeah. What the police are doing is they don't know what her injuries are. So they can't arrest her because they could, number one, they could get attacked by her if she is on some kind of drug. Is it drugs is obviously a theory, right? Mm-hmm. So
but she seemed like she was in need of some assistance, but she was not allowing them to assist her.
Yeah.
What do you think of this, Jen?
So her face is painted? I think Jen mentioned that before.
It looks like her face is painted.
Painted?
Well,
or
white.
Torn off?
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like if it was torn off, it'd be all red and muscly.
All right, let's look at this police report. This is the actual police report. Dispatch broadcasted the call of a female walking eastbound on West Barrett Street, has blood running down face and legs, screaming, limping, no weapons seen. Dispatch later updated that the subject was crawling on the ground. I ran emergency code to this call. Prior to arrival, I activated my body-worn ICV. The report is intended as a summary of events. I have paraphrased conversations and do not include an exact sequencing of events, yada, yada. So this is the police report. Now, why is no one why did the news not pick this up? Now, I know it's a police report. You got to go through the Freedom of Information Act or whatever. But still, I mean, you'd think this would make the news.
Well, I mean, I don't really know the area of Seattle that well, but like Shram said, I guess that's kind of everyday.
No. Fucking really?
Or maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe people are just like, oh, it's just somebody tweaked out, you know?
All right, when officers tried to initially contact, and obviously you're seeing here, this is redacted, her name, she turned around and let out a guttural scream.
Ooh, yeah, that was a guttural scream if I'd ever heard one.
So when they tried the first contact, quote, she turned around and let out a guttural scream. She yelled out no multiple times and yelled at us to leave her alone. Appeared to be completely disoriented as to where she was and did not answer any questions. She refused to stop walking at the request of the officers on scene. Due to the apparent nature of her injuries and her disorientation, officers detained her for medical screening. She went into a fetal position on the ground before trying to leave again. She was restrained and Seattle Fire Department was called. Crazy, right? All right, the ambulance arrived and she was taken to the Harborview Medical Center under the Involuntary Treatment Act. Here's the theories. Elaborate prank is a theory. Okay. However, that's kind of eliminated because the Seattle Police Department showed up and were heavily involved. All right. So, but there's also no local coverage. Could it have been a chemical attack? Someone asked on Reddit.
That's a good question.
This guy says, I have a theory that it was some kind of chemical attack, more common in Europe. Like, more common in Europe? Like what?
I'm gonna say no on that one.
Yeah. Attacked by a dog? So this is from The Sun. People thought that this was a case from 2007, but obviously TikTok wasn't around back then.
Although they do tend to bring up old clips and reshare them.
But, oh, really?
Yes.
But this was the case that people thought it was. They thought this was video of the woman. This woman here, if you want to read this is from the U.S. Sun.
My hell. My psycho ex scalped me and beat me unconscious in a 2-hour ordeal, then kissed me and handed me a bag of my bloodied hair.
She looks a lot like the woman in the video.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought it was her. This is fucked. Let me look at this woman. So this is why you got to really be careful who you date. Anyway, but that theory was proven wrong. It's not her. That wasn't her walking. Another theory that I saw was an acid attack. We've heard cases like that. We've never done one, but some jealous woman is always a woman pours a vat of acid, you know. So this one says, this from Reddit says, thought the same. The shoes seem new, are not worn many times. Also, the clothes, her hair must be ripped out, but not at the same day. I guess an acid attack would look different, like the white flour on the face. So that's what the face was. You said it was makeup. It looked white. That is acid, like acid,
yeah.
like it turns white. So it's the same thing.
Okay.
So she got acid thrown on her. And if the baby head is real that
she was carrying,
she was carrying, the process of decomposition seems also older than on the same day. Also, the media is so silent means that the investigation is currently running. It's horrible. I hope they can give her medical treatment she needs. I hope her pain goes away so that she can find peace. And I hope the person that did that to her will be found. So those are the theories. So what is everyone going at right now?
I don't know. I'm still kind of in limbo on my guess.
No, we're not moving forward, Jen, until you make a
I'm still going to guess it's drug related.
All right. Drug related, acid.
I mean, I guess something happened to her. Someone did something to her.
All right, let's finish watching the body cam investigation. God, that screaming is terrible. This is hard to watch.
God, it really is.
All right, so I'm going to kind of narrate over this. So what you're seeing now is the body cam footage. She is blurred out. I'll put this on talkmore.com, but she's blurred out to protect her identity. And this video was obtained by this YouTube channel. Her name is Rebecca MS. She actually filed a Freedom of Information Act to get this video because everyone was worried. It's like, what the fuck happened to her? Like, she was here and now she's not. So she filed the Freedom of Information Act. It took a long time, but she finally was released the body cam footage of the incident in question. And that's what
I'm going to read you Natasha's theory real quick. Tortured, like the Fritzl case, like she was tortured and escaped.
Oh, shit, yeah.
That's like an interesting theory, yeah.
The only thing you can audibly hear her say is like, no, when they're like, fire's going to check you out. And she says, no.
She's not incoherent. They ask her,
Kinda.
do you want us to help you? And she says no. So she's answering the question, right? Is that what you're
Well,
trying
she
to say?
said fire's coming to check you out. And it sounds like she says no, but that's all you can hear her say. She's just screaming otherwise.
It looked like she's saying,
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. The officer
Does she
does.
have her tongue cut out?
I don't know.
It sounds like, I mean, she's not really, she's not enunciating. So, I mean, maybe she could have a tongue cut out. Like, you can't.
Interesting theory. Could be.
They say your tongue's the strongest muscle.
It is.
Oh my God. They just threw her on the ground.
No, she fell to the
kinda
ground.
No,
She went to the ground. They were trying to
This
help
is
her, and
not
she
a
went to the
police-
ground.
All right, what do you see now?
Is that real blood or fake blood?
One of the cops says, is that real blood or fake blood? So does that change anything?
I mean, they probably can't see where the wound is coming from if it's coming from her at all.
Well, I mean, I
She
do
does
wanna
have
say
a
that
huge gash in her ankle, I will say.
I hope that this isn't real. Like, that was my initial thought, was that it was some sort of performance. I hope that's the case because I don't want anyone to suffer like this.
Well, if it's a
but-
performance, then why is the cops here?
because they don't know.
They don't
Like, you don't
know.
know. If someone
How
called
far
it in,
is
you
she
don't
going?
know. Go on.
The cop says it almost looks like fake blood. So she's trying to crawl away. She's trying to get away. We see the fire department in the background coming. Jesus Christ. It's
This
almost
is hard, yeah.
Dude, mad respect for you fucking cops that are dealing with this shit. Especially if it's this bad in Washington. Fuck, dude. Fuck that shit. Give me a cop job at the beach, yo. Fucking Isle of Palms, deal with sharks. Fuck these humans. She's rolling on the ground. She doesn't give her name. They find out her name once they run tests on her at the mental hospital. Like I said, she was involuntarily admitted using the Involuntary Admittance Act. I guess it's a real act or whatever. All right, so right there. Is her face burnt? No, it's makeup. It's almost like zombie makeup. She can't be faking this shit. I mean, this is Seattle. It happens every day. He's like thinking about his
life choices.
job opportunities. He's like, maybe HR would be better for me.
It ain't.
Jesus fuck, lady. Holy shit. All right, so they do.
So what is she carrying?
You guys act like I just strung you along or some shit.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I know you.
All right, so they actually did find out who she was. Do you want me to tell you her name and everything?
Yeah, give us a
Well,
detail.
actually, all right, but don't rush me. All right, read this police report then.
On closer inspection, it appeared that the blood covering was fake and the soot on her face was makeup. Blank was only wearing jeans and a thin, cut-off shirt with no bra on, exposing herself, which was abnormal for that time of day and unusual attire. The SFD arrived on scene and assisted in medically screening her. SFD stated they did not detect any major injuries. SFD stated that they agree that the blood was abnormal and there was makeup on her face. Blank said that they did not know where she was before this current time, could not provide her name, did not answer if she had eaten or drank anything today, and said she did not remember if she was with anyone. It is undetermined at this time why Blank was covered in the material that she was covered in. While waiting for AMR, the most coherent response that Blank gave to the questions were that she did not want to go to the hospital and that she was going to die because they vaccinated me. She said she did blank not know who they were.
All right, just stop it.
Ay, caramba.
So this is
this a COVID vaccine?
I didn't know.
Prank?
I didn't know it was at first, and I don't know if it is now. Okay, don't get mad at me. I went through this whole thing just like y'all just went through, not knowing.
I said from the beginning it was a performance. Did anyone else? I mean,
You
like
did.
I did.
You did.
All right.
Oh
so you guys-
no!
What, man?
Keep going. No,
Go ahead.
I'm very interested why this person decided
Tramp
to do
says
this.
again, "Welcome to Seattle."
Tina just goes, OMG.
All right, this girl's name. This is her right here. I'm sorry I strung you guys along, but
That's
this
fascinating.
This was fake. Her name is Kimberly Kasai. She is a makeup artist. You see there, it says "book me." So.
In her bio, does it mention that she acted like a zombie?
Her Facebook does, which she later took down because she got in trouble for this. She lost her job and everything for this. But I will say, what a fucking remarkable job she did.
Standing
They
ovation.
vaccinated me.
When on one part of the video, she screams, quote, "I'm not your lab rat." I love it. That's the title.
We missed that.
I can go back. But this is her right here before,
That's her. Like we don't see it because she's blurred out, but that's
Yeah,
what
but
she
you
looks
see, no, you see her, Kimberly Ann Kasai. That's her Instagram, and this is her. So she's a makeup artist. So
Yeah.
she was doing a zombie makeup thing for like a movie,
right.
and she decided to just fucking take the performance on the road, baby. And she did fucking great, but she got in some serious trouble. Hey, man, I know it's not a murder, but this shit, it was big. You know what?
No, I love it. Hey, we needed that after the last episode, so it's a perfect little palate cleanser.
She is kind of, looking at her social media pages, she is kind of, the government is out to get us, COVID shit. Now, I will say, I don't care what your vaccination policy is. I didn't know that was what this was. I had no idea until she said they vaccinated me.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh shit, that does make sense.
And then you're like, well, I did all this research, may as well.
Literally, because I started at the beginning where everyone else starts, and I'm like, God damn it, how am I going to make this a story?
How probably super frustrating for the woman who went through all that trouble to get the footage released with the Freedom of Information Act. She's seriously concerned about this woman, and is like, just kidding.
This is them going to the Seattle Film Institute right here and asking them if they know. Then when they knew it was makeup, they went and was trying to find out, did one of your extras, I don't know, escape? It was really good makeup.
It was.
So the soot was actually soot or charcoal. So she took charcoal, and I'll show you.
I mean, charcoal's a very common ingredient in makeup and skincare.
She covered her face with it. She chewed it to get it in her teeth and mouth. And then she actually cut out her own hair and glued it back to her scalp with the patches.
That's fucking commitment.
That is commitment.
Right? But here's the cops talking about it.
Why don't real people get nominated for Oscars?
I mean, dude, apparently she's home, jobless and broke now, but because no one's going to hire her.
Or maybe they will hire her because she did such realistic job.
So that was a good theory. She may be into cosplay and took a crazy drug. I don't know. What do you guys think, man?
That's my thoughts exactly.
Pretty good, eh? I mean, even the cops are like, dude, I'm fucking fooled.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, it's on one hand, you're glad that isn't a real situation because this person could have been in some sort of intense trauma. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, how many of our resources went into trying to help this woman when there could have been another serious call?
Yep,
and you only
100%.
have so many people on hand at one time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. There really is no good answer. Is it bad that I kind of hope she was penalized in some sort of way for
she
lost
false
alarm, but she didn't call the police.
That's
Someone
what I'm
else
saying.
But that was that was her intent.
But no, she
what does she think was going to happen?
But she didn't. She went out and didn't know that she was going to be viral or anything. You can't know that.
I think that was the intent, though. The intent was to get somebody's attention. The intent, she could have stopped the act when police and fire came, and she did not. She kept going, and so
true.
that was part of the whole point. She could be like, "Oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to take it this far.
Is just a whatever."
She kept going.
Yeah, because I mean, what's the difference? I guess my question before you just said that, and I agree with you, is that what's the difference between her doing her thing and the people that are dressed in spray paint and chrome that are statues, living statues come to life? You know what I mean? There's a
they're not
there's a performance. There's a distinction between performance art and then abuse of your resources. She could have been oh, never mind, I'm good, and they could have gone about their day instead of spending 20 more minutes with the fire department.
So here she is, and this is kind of interesting. This photo of her. This is her right here. Totally different, obviously, but that's her. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. She did waste resources, but shit, she fucking killed it with the fucking shit, though. I mean, look at this. Jesus Christ.
Was her job through
a makeup
some
artist?
As a makeup artist. So it was related to what she did.
Because it doesn't matter.
If she has a job, all right. So, but though, if this was on her off day, if this was a Saturday.
Here you go, Jen.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not your lab rat. This is her. So, I mean, it's all fake. Kind of fucked. I didn't mean to string you guys along, man, but, I did.
Depending on the state's law, particular laws, you can be let go for any reason. And so,
especially if you're an at-will state.
Yeah, which South Carolina is. They don't have to have a reason. The point is to not be fired because you are perhaps in a protected class or something like that.
Yeah.
So she as any individual, whether you like it or not, you are a representative of that organization and company outside of work. And so if they felt that she misrepresented, they don't have to have a reason for it. They can
even
just say,
in Seattle?
Yeah.
She did get fired from her job.
Then I don't know Washington's employer law, but yeah.
But it's crazy because she only got fired when it came out that she was they didn't know who it was, obviously, until this lady. And luckily, I mean, because dude, this was not big, but I mean, people were wondering, like, what happened to this woman? Like, who is this?
Well,
is she okay? I mean, this
perfectly fine, apparently.
This YouTuber went, and went as far as got a Freedom of Information Act and got all this stuff, I mean, she was worried. So I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time, next week. And until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.